Let's see what the Asmongold is talking about with these Odyssey reviews. Hey, the 3-hour Christopher Nolan epic. Hey, by the way, I got a question. I've been reading a lot of the comments, and I'm kind of like, isn't it weird how there are people that are okay with all of the modern audience, woke, DEI stuff being shoehorned into the movie, but at the same time, they're also okay with there being 0 Greek actors in there? How can you care about accuracy and inclusion and that wasn't done? Like, yo, this is... And then some people are just like, well, Christopher Nolan, so it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna spend all my money and take everybody. I'm like, listen, Christopher Nolan is great. And there are several other great directors out there. Every single great director that I know of has made a movie that I'm kind of like, this ain't. I mean, like some people, I don't know, some people have almost like a fanatic religious, they're like a fanatical religious follower of certain directors. There's plenty of directors I love. I tell you, you gotta bet on Cameron no matter what. Okay, if you need to do $1 billion movie and you can only pick one director, you've got to pick Cameron. But Cameron's not even perfect to me, and I really love his work. I'm not just like, oh, James Cameron's thought it's gonna be great. Yeah. like when Spielberg was coming out with Disclosure Day, I was like, okay, like I'm seeing it. That first trailer really got me. But then the more I saw, I was like, I like Spielberg, but... And then what I feared after I started to see more trailers came true. So you can't take nothing from Spielberg. He's one of the GOATs. But just because it's Spielberg, I'm not going to be like, it's going to be great. Yeah. I'm going to spend all my money. Yeah. Like, I don't know how y'all do that. I'm more inclined to think that it's going to be good. Just like the certain YouTubers that I trust out there, which are only around a handful. Even though I trust them, if they say a movie is good, I'm more inclined to believe them. I don't just believe it. I'm not like that. I know some people are. Some people are in my comments and they say to me, Tyrone, since I started watching you, every single movie you said was great, I thought was great. Every single movie you said was trash, I thought was trash. So I believe you. No matter what you say, I know I'm going to have the same opinion. Now, I know not all people are like that. Some people are kind of like me. They're more inclined to believe me, but there have been a few times where we haven't agreed. And then there's some that are like, I never agree with him. It is what it is. Now, let's check out the Asmongold. Go over there and subscribe. He's one of the greats.
The Odyssey's out, it's getting bad reviews. I saw it actually got a lot of good reviews. It has 99% on the tomato meter.
Asmon tweeted, I don't think...
Now, I know from the comments, a lot of people think that this is absolute hogwash. They think that it is overcorrection and that the critics are being paid. Many people believe they're being paid to say this. People are telling me Jeremy Jahns gave it an awesome tacular. That's great. For the most part, yes, I trust Jeremy. We haven't always agreed on everything. So that doesn't really hold much water for me. But we've had issues before with controversial movies on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's not forget the Captain Marvel debacle, which I don't believe made $1 billion. I don't. I talked to a few people out there, and in between talking to the people, a few people that I know in Hollywood, seeing all the empty theaters, all the rumors of Disney buying up the theaters, confirmation from people in Hollywood talking about, yeah, they do that. I don't believe it made $1 billion. It may have technically because Disney bought their own tickets, but from the people I've talked to, and then on top of that, you had all the bots that were review bombing, positive and negative. And then there was the issues with people not being allowed to review unless they did something. I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes at all. Look, if it's a movie that's not controversial and doesn't cause any controversy, then I'm more inclined to believe Rotten Tomatoes because there's not that type of running interference, you know what I'm saying, being done. So with a movie like this, controversial, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. Zero.
It's a great thing that critics are able to preemptively manufacture a consensus on media like this, especially when this movie has so many hot-button social issues tied into it that critics refuse to address. Critics now offer propaganda rather than insight.
So these are all critics, by the way. Yes, hot button social issues like the existence of trans actors, wow. It's not up to you. It's not your decision to decide what people are allowed to and not allowed to have a problem with. These people think that they can tell you what you're allowed to dislike. What the fuck are we talking about? Cuties is still sitting at 87%.
That's part of the propaganda. Did he just say cuties?
7%? Yeah. So this was a movie that effectively sexualized underage girls, and
the public was going nuts over this movie, and not in a good way at all. And the critics gave it 87%. So, look, like I said, I've been reading the comments all day. Many people believe it's just running interference. They're trying to keep their jobs. They're trying to stay on the pay list. They're trying to get the gift basket. You know what I'm saying?
at 87% on the tomato meter. Ultimately, whether Paul wants to accept it or not, the existence of having a trans person playing a role in the Odyssey, this is controversial to people. Whether you think it should be controversial or not is not relevant. The same way having Helena Troy played by a black woman is controversial. I think that you are manufacturing a consensus. Because if you look at the amount of people that dislike the Odyssey trailer, they didn't like these decisions, and they voiced that concern. John Lozano says his Odyssey in Hollywood has been fighting for Latino representation. Let me see this person.
Well, you know, it's always been a...
Let me see this person. You must not really know who John Leguizamo is. Asmongold, John Leguizamo played Luigi in that first Super Mario movie. He's Puerto Rican, by the way. He played Luigi, an Italian. Right. See where I'm going here? He's mad about Latino representation. I'm like, bro, you're playing a Greek in here, aren't you? How? It's like the same thing with the people being okay with one thing, but then they're not okay with. They say they want to be accurate, but then they're not accurate. They say they want to be inclusive, but then they're not inclusive. It's
battle. I mean, you know, Hollywood is not the most accepting place. Even though we Latin people are 30 to 40% of the box office and a third of streamers, we're still not represented. We're the most underrepresented, aggressively underrepresented group in America. So that's been my odyssey to try to...
Now, look, I don't know if he's right about that. I feel like I see plenty of Latinos in a lot of TV. Put it this way, I'm actually sometimes slightly surprised when I see someone that's Indian. I'm like, oh, okay, somebody's Indian, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm still not used to having them represented a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing Spanish people, Hispanic people, Latinos. I've been seeing them in movies since I was a little kid. I don't, I mean, maybe he's right, but I don't see it. You know what I mean?
bring some parity.
Check the comments here. Are a lot of Greeks excited about the Odyssey?
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
Here we
Don't
go.
tell me it's on Reddit.
Here we
Let me
go.
look at this. I think the vast majority of Greeks are very unimpressed with the movie, to say the least. Yeah, none.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not excited. Not excited. In Greece, we think the whole Odyssey thing by Nolan is just a parody at this point. The guy literally tried to upset a whole culture the way Ubisoft did on the Japanese with Assassin's Creed Shadows. No one, my husband...
I never thought about it that way. Wow. Oh. I never thought about it that way. Well, Nolan's popularity armor may protect him. It may. We'll just have to see. You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of movies that are bad movies that end up making money. Talk to the Transformers franchise. That's all I got to say. So it is what it is. It's hard for me to see how it could be good, but I may get up the motivation to go see it tomorrow. And if I do, I'll come back and I'm going to give you a truthful review. Because I told you, I was extremely worried about Fantastic Four. That's just one example. And I went to see it, and I was like, I actually liked it. Then, I thought Craven was going to be great. Went to see it. It was a big old piece of trash. Okay? So, I'll tell you either way. You know what I mean? You can't ever tell me I don't give you no honest review.
Helen was casted by a black, pretty much erases that part of Greek history, and Greeks were never commingled with Africans during these times. Even today, Greeks are very prideful that their lineage hasn't been erased when they were under the Ottoman Empire rule. This movie is a big FU to Greek history and their heritage. We don't like it.
Yeah, I do find that kind of interesting, like to kind of get over the hump of checking a box. Like in certain video games or certain movies, what they would do, they would try to find something. If there was something obscure where it was like maybe... Africans traded with them at one time in history. They'll try to kind of shove us into a particular movie or plot of a game and say, oh yeah, you know what I mean? But like, it'll be like most people say like, no, we probably weren't around these people at this time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, a lot of black people are tired of being tokenized and used and shoehorned in for this agenda. A lot.
Hollywood uses our heritage to promote their woke agenda. Based, Greece. Absolutely fucking based. So yes, Paul is being willfully obtuse, and yes, it is a hot button issue to have a black person playing Helen of Troy. It doesn't matter whether you approve of people's opinions, they still exist. And you don't get to just shame those opinions out of existence because they're uncomfortable or inconvenient for your worldview.
Yeah. Pretty based there, Mr. Gold. Pretty based. I wonder how he came up with that name. I know one of you knows. He said his name is Zach, right? So I assume his name is Zachariah or something like that. Yeah, so, oh Lord. I don't want to watch anyone's full reviews because I don't want it to in any way influence my review if I go tomorrow. Okay, so... keep your fingers crossed for tomorrow, okay? Keep your fingers crossed, and I will do what I can. Because if it bores me out of my mind, I might walk out. I'm just letting you know, okay? I haven't walked out of many movies, and I'll review what I saw. I'll do that. I don't care, okay? At least I'm honest with you. 10 million subscribers. Woo!